Everyone, we're back with another gun review. Everyone seemed to kind of like the last one that we did of the Rock Island Armory 410 lever action. So we got another example that we're going to do today, and this is another rifle that Carrie uses for hunting, and this is her Ruger American Ranch chambered in 350 Legend. There was some good amount of reviews online when I went to go make this purchase, and I will say that I'm very happy with this purchase. So this is just a little extra for in case there's anything out there that you didn't happen to see. Kind of give you a little bit. She's had one hunting season with this so far, so we haven't had a chance to use it a ton, but just a little bit extra information for anyone who is interested. So we'll do same format pretty much. We'll go over how it came out of the box, what we have done to it, and then we'll do some shooting with it and go from there. Alrighty, so out of the box, it obviously does not come with any sort of optics or whatnot, but you do get a magazine, and it does have a threaded barrel, as you can see. It has the thread protector already on there, and but no sights, so you will need some sort of optic or whatnot, whether it's a heart, iron sights or a scope or whatever you want to do. I happen to have this Primary Arms 1-6 LPVO. Just happen to have it on one of my ARs, and I figured, well, we need it for hunting season, and rather than spending money, I just threw that on there. 1-6 is going to be everything that she needs for hunting with this. Considering where we hunt, there will be no going past 75 yards at most. Like at best, that's going to be the farthest shot we take. So I will say the trigger on this is really nice. It has the I think it's their AccuTrigger from Ruger, which is very nice. And actually, so it is empty. Let me just dry fire it for you real quick. Your safety's back here. You got your fire safe, or other way around. And then as far as how it's very smooth. It's actually a pretty light break, which is nice. So especially for someone, it's supposed to be an entry-level gun. So it does have a 16-inch barrel, and yeah, that's really it. Let's actually go over the bullet itself here. So this right here is your a typical 5.56. All right, and then this right next to it is 350 Legend. So the way I tried to explain 350 Legend to some people is it looks like a necked up version of 5.56 with a 9mm bullet in it. It's pretty close. If I had a 9mm here next to it to show you, you'd see the comparison. It's a pretty close description, but I don't remember what size we're going to be shooting today. I do have it. I will mention it before we start shooting. But these are just target loads. Just wanted to show you the comparison here. And here's the magazine. It holds 6 snugly. I think you could probably do 6 plus 1, so put 1 in there and then load the mag. But 6 is very snug. I believe they said it will take an AR mag if you have it chambered in 5.56. So, but this is not 5.56, so that's what we get. We get this little shorty, which here in Pennsylvania for hunting, I think we're limited to 5 rounds, regardless if it's a shotgun or bolt action. Alrighty, so I have 6 rounds here loaded up. We'll do bouts of 3. We'll do groupings of 3. We will be shooting Winchester Target and Practice. They are 145 grain full metal jackets, so that's what we're going to start out with. That's all I brought with, so that's all we're going to keep shooting. And like I said, this is a Primary Arms 1-6. It is a single focal plane, so it's the cheaper of them. It's actually my first LPVO, so again, all she needs for hunting in the wintertime. So yeah, so let's get to it. Well, I will say one feature I do like about this rifle is that regardless if it's on safe or fire, you can manipulate the action. I think that is a really cool thing. I've had some bolt actions that when it's on safe, you can't do anything. But as far as like giving this to her as her first hunting rifle, and bugs are bad, and having to worry about safety being the primary thing being focused on, needing her to eject around. Would rather it not be on fire for her to do it. So being on safe, knowing that nothing can happen, you know, I like that a lot. So that's a very nice thing to do. So. All right, so we're on safe. Let's go. I will say, when I try to describe 350 Legend as far as felt recoil, I think it's really close to what 5.56 bolt action feels like. Maybe just a tad more. It's nothing crazy. It's actually a pretty mild, especially for the size of the lead. It's a pretty mild kick. So, and she enjoys shooting it, which we'll show you. So nothing crazy. Let's go check out the target. Alrighty, so this is our very technical target that we have here. As you can see, all 3 rounds. That's a pretty solid grouping. Now we're not that far away. We're only 22 yards away, but we're kind of limited on where we can shoot today. So we're keeping it, you know, kind of close range. I will say this should be good. I'll try to overlay some ballistic information on the 350 Legend. It's good for further. But like I said, we shouldn't have to shoot anything over 100 yards at maximum. But and obviously at 22 yards, the bullet is still rising. Hence why it's low here. I was dead on here, so it's still rising. So you know that would still be a dead deer. What do you think? Dead deer?
Yeah.
All right, let's get you loaded up. There you go.
Am I doing 3?
Mm-hmm. You got one more. Now you were looking through the scope. I didn't see. How do you think you did?
Bad.
You did bad? Not as good as me?
Better.
Ah, okay. I see what you did here. All right, it's not terrible. That would still be a dead deer. So that was my original grouping here. So you did 1, 2, and 3. Okay. It's not terrible, but was it because you were shaking a little bit?
This one
What'd you do? You jerked it?
Mm-hmm.
Usually jerking goes up, not down.
I jerked it down.
Yeah, well, okay. Maybe you didn't squeeze the trigger hard enough. Or you squeezed too hard.
Pretty sure that was one of my first ones.
Okay. Well, go ahead and circle them, and maybe we'll shoot a few more. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to do 3 more rounds each. At this distance, there's no sense in putting a ton through it. But now we're going to see if we can deal with correction. See if we can maybe get an actual on-the-dot target here, on-the-dot hit. So what do you think?
You're going to fail.
I'm going to fail?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll just do 3 more and then we'll wrap it up. 3 more of each and then we'll wrap it up. So let's see what we can do here. Does that look like a fail?
So, while my dad's searching for the bullets, this is what my dad got. We have a nice group there, and he got one on the bullseye. Let's see if I can do better.
Okay, manhandle it. There you go. Still not broken in yet. All right, how do you think you did?
Horrible.
Love the confidence. Alrighty. All right, so you were a little high. So what was my? Oh, so this was your. This one's one of mine. Yours.
That's mine, yeah.
So these three were my three, and then these three were your three. Okay, well, it's not terrible, but you were putting that on that line with the number 4, right? The first hash mark.
Mm-hmm.
So it might have been just a little overcorrection. And by the way, this was when I shot. That was my first one.
No.
So yes, it
wait a
was.
second.
No, that was my first. I do remember looking through that. So maybe a slight overcorrection. That's all right. Alrighty, so that was our quick, short, and easy review of the Ruger American Ranch in 350 Legend. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I doubt you learned that much from it other than the fact that we like it. She likes it. She shoots it. You know, she's 11, maybe taller than your average 11-year-old, but can still handle 350 Legend. It's not that abusive of recoil. I don't think it's too much. What do you think? Do you think it's more than your 410? You think it's a little bit more? A little bit. It's really close to that 4. Actually, I think the 410 is a little bit more, personally. But easy to use. The price point is not that bad either. I forget what these retail for. I forget what I paid, but I'll try to overlay it here. It's not that bad. You know, the magazine. I have two negatives with this. One, this comes out of battery really easy. So if you're just walking around, you can easily just bump it. Going back to what I said was actually a pro, that you can actually manipulate the action whether you're on safety or fire. That's a pro, but with that pro comes the con of if you're just walking around, you can easily just bump it out of battery like that. So that's the con. But it's a small one, just keeps her a little bit more on her toes. The trigger is a pro. I like the trigger. You like the trigger. It's supposedly adjustable, but I wouldn't. I like it the way it is. I think it's pretty easy to use. The only other negative I find too is the mag release. It's a stretch to get to, even with my hand, so which means it's impossible for her. So you actually have to take your hand off and go forward with it in order to release it. But other than that, once you're there, it ejects pretty easily. Magazine goes in, clicks really easily, and I'm not going to shove it. It's just pretty easy click. You have your Picatinny rail there, so whatever optic you want to mount on, it's fine. I actually don't mind this optic for this gun. I think it's pretty nice. It is threaded, so if you want to get a barrel on it, I believe for 350 Legend you have to put a 40 caliber can on it, I believe. Other than that, the weight's not too bad. I don't know. Do you have any pros and cons you'd like to say? What's your favorite thing about it?
Trigger.
You like the trigger? That's your favorite thing. What's the one thing you don't like about it?
The safety inside.
You don't like the safety?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with the safety? It's stiff?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Well, you do kind of want it stiff because you don't want to accidentally slip into fire. So you notice how it's easier to go on fire. It's easier to go into safe than it is to go into fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's on purpose. So what's another one? Because that's kind of a silly one. What's another one?
The rubber.
You like that?
Sometimes it's hard to get back in.
Well, it's not truly broke in yet. I don't even think we have 100 rounds through this yet, so it's not broke in. So yeah, you kind of have to get used to. I'm used to bolt action because that's what I've grown up with, but you just need a little bit getting used to. But other than that, you know, it comes with the sling points, so you just throw your favorite sling on there and you're good to go. But that's our review, and hopefully you like it. So maybe we'll do another review of something else later. I don't know. We're kind of running out of ideas here. So have a good one.